Welcome back. We now cross back to UNISA, where William Volko is talking to Mo Ibrahim, the president of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation.
Can I have some water, please? There's no problem drinking while talking, eh?
Well, thanks very much. Well, joining me here in our makeshift studio at the University of South Africa is Dr. Mo Ibrahim.
We build bridges with others, and that's what we need to learn from him. Whatever our differences, at some level, we can connect as two human beings. And once we manage to find a level we can connect, then we can build understanding. We understand each other. And from that we start to build trust, dialogue. Then we find solutions. That is the way to bring societies.
Supposed to be. How did Mandela then help? Mandela's humility help us? Or not help us even?
I think we need to go back to our root. I think there is some form of loss of innocence. 20 years ago, our friends in the ANC, in the liberation movement, etc., there was huge optimism and huge romanticism and with that future. Oh, thank you. I'm really thirsty after that speech. We need to really reconnect with these roots. We have a great future. We should not miss the opportunity and mess it up. So we need to be always self-critical, and we need to differentiate between critics and enemies. If I'm your best friend, I'm going to be your best critic, and we need to understand that. We don't criminalize people who are tables. We need to stop and think. Why our policies did not work? What work we need to keep? What doesn't work we need to check. And I raised 2 or 3 issues. I raised the issue of land. We have to deal with the land issue. I fully understand and I love that policy of willing buyer, willing seller. I mean, that's very, very nice.
That we should go to the Zimbabwe route, because our own government has in fact conceded that willing buyer, willing seller hasn't worked. So what are the alternatives?
There are alternatives within the law, and there was an attempt. For example, the land which was taken off the church recently, and people were compensated for that land. As long as you can compensate people fairly, it's fine. The objective of that policy exactly.
Do you think it's a bit murky as things stand?
Exactly. If the objective of that policy is to empower the poor black population, to raise the standard of living, give them a share in the wealth of the country, we need now to check out what exactly happened. We need a scorecard. Did we really do that? But if we did that, we would not have been still bottom of the general.
There is less frankness, or like in the way South Africans tend to sort of approach dialogue or do introspection.
I think, one indication here which really bothered me, with this major issue erupted last year about this freedom of information, and the government of South Africa is trying to protect. Exactly. Is it what the minister had for dinner last night? Is it who invited him for lunch? What is it? What kind of secrets you guys keep here? You are so keen to protect and stuff. The danger here is this kind of laws stifle free press and free media. And you know what? It doesn't work. In this time and age, it doesn't work. So it will have been honorable, really, of the government.
Why the former president did not qualify, in your own words?
Let me start with, President Mbeki is a friend. I like President Mbeki. I have total respect for him. Secondly, I'm not a member of the Price Committee. Price Committee is 7 very credible men and women, mostly Africans, who designed this, and we have no access in foundation to this.
Lastly, there are a lot of people who say the money, 5 million rands as a prize.
$5 million.
Sorry, $5 million US dollars as a prize, and 200,000 every year for life. There are people who say that money could perhaps be better utilized elsewhere. There's so much need in the continent for you to reward heads of state about something or what they should have done or been doing during those years when they were serving the public in any way.
Yeah, you know what? A few points to answer here. Number one, this is given to people after leaving office. This is given to successful presidents, amazing ones. Those people need to have life after office. They have no income. Nobody looks after them, and what we want is to keep those people engaged. You want them to start their own foundation, work on peace. You monitor any of our laureates. They have been running all over the place, talking to kids, talk about education of women, fighting AIDS, negotiating for peace. So we need to give the financial means to stay active in the civil society because we need them. And that is a very, very good value for us. Finally, what we want, the objective of the prize is to attract people attention to the importance of leadership and good governance. You see, we would not have been talking about that without the prize today. But once we bring that, that's what we're going to change attitudes toward governance and